Hey, Miles here, milesbeckler.com, and in this video we are going to look at the results from 9 months of content marketing aggressively focused on YouTube marketing. Here, we're going to look at the results in the analytics of my YouTube channel. We're also going to look at the results of the analytics for my WordPress blog. I do have some of my videos transcribed and kind of massaged by a writer and published to my blog. I'm going to tell you exactly how much effort I put in. You're going to look at the results that I'm getting, and the goal of this video is to help inspire you to begin content marketing and to really stick with it for the long term, because as you'll notice, the results on the kind of return on energy that you invest really does compound once you get a long period of time that you're working with. The results I'm seeing now are amazing. I'm so excited to keep with this. I'm so excited to share this with you, and I do hope that this inspires you in a little way to just kind of jump in and start. And if you think I had something special or anything like that, go watch my first videos. I didn't buy a camera. I've been using my cell phone and my laptop's stock webcam and really just kind of moving forward with what I had to show that anyone can start publishing content on something they're an expert in, something that they love, and create an audience. And thusly, once you have the audience, you could build a list and you could build a business. All of those bits and pieces are taught on the videos in the channel. Cool, so let's jump in and take a look. So the first thing that you're going to notice is I've crossed the 14,000 subscriber mark. And the first kind of interesting point I want to point out here is that just last month, at the end of month 8, I had reached 10,000 subscribers. So it took me 8 months of very, very intense work to reach the 10,000 subscriber mark. Now, in 28 days or 30 days since then, I have actually done 40% more than that, and I've done 4,000 in just 1 month since. That is an astonishing growth rate. Let's go in a little bit deeper here to the video manager and get inside of the actual analytics. You'll see I have published now 202 videos, so I've crossed the 200 videos mark in, I believe, 270 days is about what it is now. And let's go into the analytics here. So this is kind of the really fun and geeky stuff that I love to pay attention to personally. You'll notice that YouTube uses a 28-day rolling number, and I just stick with what they show. And this is the next kind of thing we notice, right? So this watch time being the top left inside of the analytics dashboard in YouTube. YouTube's showing us that this is their what they feel as one of their most important metrics for us as creators to focus on, right? Because it's in the top left. It's the first thing our eyes go to, right? So you'll notice it's over 1 million minutes watched in just 28 days. At the month 7 mark, right? So months 1 through 7, all of those efforts combined, 7 months of video marketing, got me my first 1 million minutes viewed. Now, just 2 months later, I'm experiencing 1 million minutes viewed per month. So I'm essentially getting roughly 7 months of results every month at this point based on that watch time number. And I'm essentially getting, what, 8 months of results? I would say, yeah, I'll be getting 8 months of results every about 2.5 months on the subscriber numbers, all because I've continued. So how much have I published? That's a really good question, and I want to address that. So this month I published 13 videos in 30 days, and I published 3 blog posts. I barely just this morning published my first blog post from my writer. She took a vacation a couple of months ago, and I haven't had time to get her going on that writing machine since she got back. So I've only posted 3 blog posts, and I've only posted 13 videos. Months 1 through 4, I posted 30 videos a month. So keep that in mind. I'm doing less now. I'm maintaining, if you will, and I'm getting far significant results. So let's take another look at some of these numbers here. We're going to scroll down. You're going to see that at this point, I'm getting 139,000 views in 28 days. I'm getting something like 4,000 likes. You can see my dislikes number, I got a little spike here. It's down month over month, but I'm still getting solid amount of dislikes, which is actually a really good thing because that means you're moving people emotionally. That means you're reaching more and more and more people. If you're not getting any dislikes, any haters, or any trolls popping up, you're not moving anybody. You're not reaching anyone. So I look at this as like a badge of honor, and I think you should too as well. And then this subscriber number is just fantastic. So at this point, I'm generating over 4,000 new subscribers per month, which breaks down to 1,000 new subscribers per week. If you multiply that out for the year, that's like what, 52,000 plus new subscribers per year. But that number is growing. So I'm wondering, can I hit that 100,000 subscriber mark here within a year and a half of starting? Within a year of starting, you will obviously be able to stay tuned and find out. Really, this is the most interesting part inside of the YouTube analytics, and I think it's just so telling to really, I just want you to really understand that in the last 4 weeks, month, whatever, 28 to 30 days roughly, right, the efforts I put in, which was 13 videos and 3 blog posts, which anyone with a full-time job can do, because I have a full-time business. I am hustling. I've launched 2 new funnels. We've done 2 separate new video sales letters. We launched a whole massive contest. I'm very busy with my business. This is a side gig, right? This is a side project. So I think you might be in a similar position. And essentially, I'm now putting in the kind of effort that is easy for me to maintain, but the results I'm getting compared to where I was in month 1, month 4, month 7, month 8 are just massive. And you have to stick with it, right? I did 120 videos in 120 days. Now I'm at about 200 videos in 270 days, and I'm sticking with it, and the growth continues to go. And I'm focusing on giving. I'm giving as much as I can, as much value as I can, and that is an important thing for you to keep in mind. So let's jump over to the actual website analytics. This is the analytics dashboard for my WordPress blog that I'm doing a little content marketing, and I've revealed how I'm getting the YouTube videos into text. I use a tool called Trint, and then I have a writer kind of go through, and the spoken word transcribed is really kind of difficult to read, so she massages the text and makes it really good to read. Again, 3 blog posts this month, 1 blog post the month before. That's a total of 4 blog posts in 60 days to show you how much I enjoy writing, right? And how important this is. This is a side thing, but you can see I've got this little kind of bump coming up here, right? I got some things going on. I'm getting now 12,000 visits to my website every month, which is astounding, right? Before I started this, it was dozens, maybe. I don't even think it was hundreds. I literally think it was dozens. And from 6,000 users, which that's a pretty exciting number for me to see. So let's do a little comparison here, and I'll go back and do a comparison inside of YouTube as well. And I just want to show what has happened month over month with literally minimal efforts. Now the lines are pretty close here, but I'm still getting an almost 30% increase month over month with very minimal efforts. Here's where it gets really cool, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to do a 90-day over 90-day comparison. So I need to take this back to February. What would I take it back to? February 18th should be about 90 days, roughly. Don't count the days. I don't actually know if that's 90. So now this growth curve in and of itself over the last 90 days shows very clearly the direction my traffic is heading, right? This is a very strong sign that my site is becoming more of an authority in the eyes of Google, and Google is rewarding me with more traffic. Now let's do a 90 over 90 comparison. This is where it gets absolutely crazy in my opinion, right? So this is still, I'm in the orange line is the first 90 days, the blue line is the most recent 90 days, and I was already 30, 60 days into my content marketing challenge at the beginning of that orange line, but you could see almost over a 250% increase, right? So that's like 2.5 times as much traffic, and I'm really not doing that much extra work, right? So let's go do that same thing inside of analytics of YouTube. Here we are back in the YouTube dashboard. I'm gonna click comparison, and then here I need to go to the previous period, and it's gonna lay the 2 lines over, and you can see very clearly that I'm up from 775,000 to 1 million plus, and I'm up about 30% in views right here. The big bump is this average view duration, and that's probably because I've done several live videos that have run quite long, and I think that's getting my average view duration up. YouTube definitely likes to see that view duration go up, but it is debatable of whether you want shorter videos that are consumed to 100% or longer videos that are consumed for a higher amount of time but a lower percent. I really don't have an opinion on it. I'm just doing what I like to do, what feels good, what feels right to me, and what I feel is most helpful for you as a viewer, and I kind of just focus keywords and what I think would help you most, and I'm just blazing forward in that direction, and YouTube is kind of honoring me with these kinds of results. So now I want to do last 90 days, and I want to do a 90 over 90 because this is where it gets really freaking fun to check out. So you can see 90 over 90, I mean, it was like nothing was going on. 469 minutes viewed per day. Now at that low point here at 16,000, you can see I literally went from 468,000 to 2.5 million. That's, I believe, a 500% increase, roughly, maybe actually a little more than a 500% increase in view time, which is absolutely astounding. And let's go down to the views. You can see the views is also, that's not quite a 500% increase. That is closer to a 450-ish% increase. But I mean, look at the gap between those two things. The only thing I've done really in this 90 days, that's the blue line, versus the previous 90 days, which is the orange line, I kept going. I've just stuck with it. Now, I got to run this number all the way out for you, because if you're just getting started, there's this, I call it like the chasm, the chasm of death that you have to cross, or the canyon. It's really difficult because you hit a point when you get going that is, you're like, man, I'm putting in all this effort. Is this really worth it, right? Am I really getting the results? And the challenge with that is focusing on yourself and your results, not exactly focusing on the value you're bringing to others. And when we shift on helping and giving and being of service to others, our mindset can shift, and it allows us to get in that marathon runner's pace that I talk about in a lot of my videos, right? But you can see, I mean, look at these little blips, like tiny blips, right? I was excited about these kinds of blips. I was jumping up and down when I had my first 100-minute view day, right? When I got to here, I was like, oh my gosh, 1,500 minutes viewed in a day. I have made it, right? Now, look at the growth curve here. It is absolutely astounding at what's going on. And it's so important for you to remember that the amount of effort I was putting in here is more than the amount of effort I've been putting in here. The reason I'm getting so much higher results here is because I've been putting in consistent effort since August, right? I just decided to start. I knew it was time. I felt it in my heart that I had to share what I know. I felt like too many people are out there trying to sell high-ticket products, high-pressure phone sales for $10,000 plus coaching programs that are just, they're total BS. $1,000 and $2,000 information products that don't give you everything you need are common in this industry, and that kind of disgusts me. And I felt that in my heart, and I realized, you know what? I just have to start, and I have to give, and that's what I've been focused on. And you can see, like, it is absolutely insane the results that I've been able to get. And you can even see the subscriber numbers, everything is going up. You can even see my dislikes number is going up, you know, like that's okay. That means I'm moving people, which is really, really important. So all in all, I think it's just so important to realize and to remember that it's a long process to get results from content marketing. But here's probably the coolest part. I could walk away from this right now and not touch it for 2 months, and I guarantee you my results will continue to grow after 2 months. And these videos and my blog posts, they promote my list. My list promotes a few affiliate offers in addition to building more of rapport and relationship. And effectively, I have created an entire affiliate marketing business right here, from starting out with a video a day and just adding on little bits of, then I grew a list, and then I added on the blog thing, right? I didn't do the list or the blog thing till month 3 or 4. I just wanted to get that habit of putting out my video every day. One more thing I'm gonna do real quick. I'm gonna run this comparison way back. I'm gonna go back to, I want to start in August, which is when, actually, yeah, I'm gonna start when I began this, which was somewhere around here. So I'm gonna do August 17th to November 17th. Now the dates aren't gonna be perfect here. So one line's probably gonna be longer than the other, but essentially I'm showing what one period of time did versus another period of time is my goal. I hope I set that up right because I'm live. Yeah, so I got my numbers totally wrong. You can see the lines don't cover, right? One was only 2 months instead of 3 months, but I think it's very telling. Let me see if I can stretch that out properly. There we go. Much closer, still not perfect. But again, I think you can understand. I mean, you can't even really tell there's an orange line on the bottom. It's so small. And you can see I'm literally getting thousands of percent more. As I was saying, I mean, in a 90-day, roughly a 90-day period that is this orange line, you can see 7 sessions. 6 sessions, 5 sessions. My big spike here, 52 sessions, right? Now I'm seeing spikes of 540 sessions in a day. I went from getting literally 646 visits in approximately 90 days to getting over 27,000 visits in approximately 90 days. And I'm now building a list because I got pop-ups that are offering a free giveaway. I'm doing what I'm teaching on the channel myself, and the result is absolutely astounding. There's no magic. There's no special software. I'm running on WordPress, which is open source. You can do this too. I teach literally how to set up the WordPress side in my DIY sales funnel video series. I cover every single step from the hosting to the themes to the customization, everything. I'll link to that. I'll have that pop up here. It'll probably pop up right above my head if I'm in the top right corner here. But ultimately, I just hope this has been inspiring because that's my goal. There's a lot of people online right now putting out income reports. It's so common to do income reports, and I think that's such the wrong metric to focus on because it messes with your head in thinking that the results, right, the income, that's the goal. And my goal with this video and with my entire channel is to help you understand that your goal needs to be focused on your effort because that's one thing you can control. You can't control the fact whether you're going to make 10 grand this month or 11 grand next month or 3 grand this month or 300 this month. But what you can control is how much effort you put into it. And if you stay focused on putting in as much effort as you possibly can and you stick with it for long, sustained periods of time, that's the real trick. And that's how you create the kinds of results that build true, lasting, long-term businesses online. There's so many people who get just that shiny object syndrome, right? It's like, oh man, they're making so much money in FBA. Oh, they're doing so good with drop shipping. Oh, this ClickFunnels thing sounds great. Oh, and it's just distraction after distraction after distraction. My whole philosophy is that you have a unique message. You were brought up with unique parents in a unique location. Your environment and your upbringing and the education and your experiences have made you to be a 100% unique human being, and you have a special message inside of you that can help some audience, some target market. I don't know what that is. It's up to you to dig deep and go within to find what that is for you, and then you got to share it with the world. Luckily, in today's day and age, you can use your cell phone for the video. You can use your laptop's webcam. You can write up a blog post, and you don't even need like Microsoft Word, right? You can use Google Docs or Open Office, which are totally free. Like the technology is so easy. Hosting the videos completely free on YouTube. You can set up an entire WordPress-based website, just the site alone, for like 50, 60 bucks. I even show you exactly how to set that all up yourself. It's really, the technology is no longer the challenge. The challenge for you being an internet marketer in this day and age is focus. It's staying focused, and it's finding something that's inside of your heart that you have to share with the world. Because when you find that, the results don't matter. The results will appear as long as you're going through the process of sharing that unique thing, sharing your passion, sharing what you're an expert in with the world. You get better at sharing, you get better at adding on the list building systems, and you get better at transcribing your videos into blog posts. Or if you're not a video person and being on camera scares the hell out of you, great, don't do that. Just write. If you're a writer, just write. If you're a talker, if you like to talk to people on the phone, do a podcast. Find the medium that's in alignment with your DNA and start and stick with it. You got to stick with it for a year, 2, 3, 5 years. And here's the thing. Does it sound like a long time? It is, but you know what's even longer? Spending 10 years of jumping around from shiny object to shiny object to business opportunity to business opportunity. I know I'm a recovering business opportunity seeker. I played that game for over 10 years. It wasn't until my wife and I decided 100%, no matter what, we're focusing on this one thing because that's what we're passionate about. That's what we love. That's what brings joy into our life. So that's what we're going to share with the world. And boom, it worked. Now I've learned so much in internet marketing over the almost 20 years I've been marketing online that now I have this passion and this knowing and seeing how other people are charging for such basic information. I knew I had to share this with the world. I love this internet marketing stuff. I love this geeky stuff. So that's the passion that came up from me for me to share with the world. And the funny thing is, the exact same results that my wife and I got with our first business focused on content marketing first, giving value, giving value, giving value. We started that business with a 90-day challenge. Here it is. I've got another business. This business could now sustain me and my wife right here full time in and of itself. And it only took me 9 months to build. Now the sky is the limit and things are really exciting. I've diversified my income, but the most important part is I'm sharing that thing from within me that I know by heart that I'm an absolute expert in. I get to share that with the world and I get to be helpful to you. And that is my entire goal here with this channel. And I hope you can find that thing inside of you that calls at you to share it with the world. Because when you do, everything becomes easy. It becomes fun, right? It becomes fun to get the message out because that's the calling. And when you hear that calling, when you answer that calling, and yes, it takes vulnerability and it's tough to put out the first videos. Go watch my first videos. They were terrible, but you get better at it. You get better at it. The videos get better. The audience grows. It is absolutely amazing. It's an absolute blessing for me to be able to share this with you. And I truly want nothing more than to help you find what that is for you so you can feel this sense of blessing that you get when you focus on being of service to an audience. I thank you very much for your time today. I hope these numbers have really opened your eyes to the possibility that lies before you. You can do this. I know it in my heart. I know it in my soul. I'm here to help in every way I can. The videos will show you all the bits and pieces and the nuts and bolts, but the trick of all tricks is to get started and to stick with it for long periods of time. Again, I thank you. I thank you, and I hope you have found this video to be helpful, and I look forward to connecting with you on the next video. Be well.